Good morning. My name is Christopher Moore. It is 9:41 in the morning. I'm in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and this is Thursday, March the 6th. My phone accidentally went to silent mode, back to vibrate only. This week's nouns for week 10 on the 52 weeks in the year 2025. 4 nouns. The first noun from Politico, which was referenced from Axios's Tuesday news, so it used to be Tuesday and Friday, now only on Tuesday, from Sam Sabin. I chose this noun because of Sam Sabin, previously choosing some nouns from his Decode newsletter. It's also a people announcement. The words cybersecurity, National Security Council, Cyber Command. What's personal about this letter C is the DEF CON conference from August of 2024 that was in Las Vegas, Nevada, that 7 finalists were chosen. I'm not sure with President Trump if it's still, the contest is still out of the Department of Health and Human Services, which would obviously be Secretary Kennedy, or if the DEF CON conference has moved back to the White House or the National Security Council. The second noun this week is from an announcement from the Asian Development Bank. Why I chose this noun: in 2004 to 2006, when I interned and then worked for the Corporate Council on Africa, I worked with the African Development Bank. And I want to make sure people understand the difference between the Asian Development Bank and the African Development Bank. It is also a people announcement. The words Asia and Pacific. When I worked in corporate America, I, for 3 years, was a regional business manager in New York City, responsible for the Northeast, and then when the woman who I was dotted line to went on maternity leave, the entire country of the United States. And I was regional. So someone had me say, the word regional, and I started thinking and talking out loud of regional trade multilateral organizations. For example, COMESA and ECOWAS on the continent of Africa. There's a regional trade organization on the continent of Asia. And then obviously the Inter-American Development Bank for South America, and I'm not sure about Central America, the Asian Development Bank and the African Development Bank. They have a new president, Masato Kanto. The press release was February 24th on Manila, Philippines. He was previously Japan's Vice Minister of Finance for International Affairs. A +63 country code. The third noun this week is from the National Association of Manufacturers. Why I chose this noun? Because it's from the National Association of Manufacturers, and it's a speech given by the National Association of Manufacturers President and Chief Executive Officer Jay Timmons at a Board of Directors meeting in Naples, Florida, March 2nd, 2025. The words taxes, regulations, permitting and energy, workforce, trade. The word politician. Why I chose this noun: in 2000, during the transition in 2000, when George W. Bush was going ahead and naming his cabinet secretaries, one governor that was not named to be a cabinet secretary was Governor John Engler of Michigan. Governor John Engler of Michigan then went to Washington, D.C. and became executive director or president and CEO of the National Association of Manufacturers. It was the first time I ever heard of this association. one of the 5 largest associations in the District of Columbia. I used to call golf equipment like TaylorMade Golf, Ping Golf, Titleist Golf, all the golf equipment, golf clubs. Not thinking other people think they're called country clubs. So that's golf equipment. So therefore, John Engler, in 2000 golfed. Obviously, I'm golfed, but not the Canadian golf, even though I'm a citizen of both the United States and Canada, and was the National Association of Manufacturers involved with the growth of the game of golf, with Tiger Woods, with the emergence of Tiger Woods in 1997, and selling all the golf equipment. National Association of Manufacturers, abbreviation NAM. The fourth noun this week is from a press release from Fitch Ratings, Tuesday, March 4th, 2025. It's about the U.S. Farm Credit System banks face limited risks from tariff pressures. Why I chose this noun? Fitch Ratings. That's the first reason. The second reason, the country of Canada, again, I'm a dual DUAL citizen of the United States and Canada, has a better rating from Fitch Ratings than the country of the United States. It's my own opinion, IMO, in my opinion, the importance to watch Fitch Ratings press releases, everything in the Fitch Ratings building, to see if there's a downgrade for either the United States or Canada. The words system banks, tariffs, and, from the Associated Press, the organizational chart of the United States government, one of the agencies under the F's, the Farm Credit Administration. And I wasn't sure if the U.S. Farm Credit System banks is the same as the Farm Credit Administration. Obviously, when the company I worked for, MCI, was acquired by WorldCom, the name of the company was MCI WorldCom briefly, but the stock symbol on the NASDAQ went from MCI to WCOM. When I became regional business manager, what's this? I worked at a WorldCom office building in New York City, 33 Whitehall Street, New York, in the Wall Street section of New York City. And that is now the headquarters, or I'm not sure it's the headquarters, but a building that has Fitch Ratings on the building, and where the office in New York City is for Fitch Ratings, 33 Whitehall Street, New York. Notice the telephone number for the director, who I'm assuming wrote this press release, Brian, Thies, 312 Los Angeles. At 8 minutes and 18 seconds at 9:49 in the morning,